Let's next talk about fractions. And let's remember that we can't divide by 0. In the quotient, a divided by b, a is the numerator and b is the denominator. You can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number and the fraction won't change. In Finland, this kind of thing is many times denoted that we put the number there and do the multiplication and get our number. So for example, if we would want to write this number as a decimal number, we might multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4. This is smart because now the denominator will be 100 and numerator will be 28. So our decimal expansion for the number is 0.28. You can cancel numbers which are common factors for the numerator and denominator. If you want to simplify this number, we could for example see that both numbers are divisible by 2. We can express 12 as 6 times 2 and 36 as 18 times 2. And we can cancel out the 2's. Well, then we can maybe note that 6 is 3 times 2 and 18 is 3 times 6. We can cancel out the 3's. And maybe just one more step. It seems that our number is 1/3. Well, we could have done the calculation in another way if we were smart. Maybe we would have noted in the beginning that 36 is 3 times 12 and we could have cancelled 12. Well, it does not matter. The main point is that we got our result. Let's talk about addition and subtraction of fractions. If we want to calculate 1/2 plus 1/3, we would want to first get a common denominator for these numbers. Well, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by some suitable numbers, we will get a common denominator. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. On the other hand, here 1 times 2 is 2 and 2 times 3 is 6. Now the denominator is the same, so we can combine the numbers and finish the calculation. In the same way, if we have a subtraction, we need to first make the common denominator. Why we put number 3 here, we took it from the denominator. Why here is 7, we took it from the denominator from here. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 7 is 21, and 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times 3 is 21. Well, we will get 1/21. Let's calculate 1/8 plus 1/6. One strategy would be to multiply the denominators and numerators by these numbers, and we would get 6 over 48 plus 8 over 48. 6 plus 8 is 14. We see that the numerator and denominator are even numbers, so we can cancel out numbers 2 from here, and we get our result. Here we had to do some extra work. Let's try another strategy. We can see that we can arrange a common denominator 24. 24 is 3 times 8, and it is also 4 times 6. So 24 is called the least common multiple of 8 and 6. So what to do? We need to multiply these by 3 and these by 4. We would get 3 over 24 plus 4 over 24. That's in total 7 over 24. In this calculation, we avoided the extra work of having to cancel a number 2. Sometimes this can be important if the numbers coming from the multiplication would be some big numbers. If we had to calculate, for example, 2 over 3 plus 4, we can do the same tricks if we just see that 4 is 4 divided by 1. Now we can multiply 4 and 1 by 3 to get that 4 is 12 divided by 3, and we get that the fraction is 14 divided by 3. The same trick goes also to some different kinds of fractions. For example, if we had these kind of fractions. Now the denominators are not numbers, but they are some terms where there are some variables also, but still we can do the same thing. We can multiply both by the same number to get something like this. How to work with these denominators? We can use the distributive law once and a second time. So we see that with A we have to multiply both of the numbers C and D, and with B we have to multiply both of the numbers. And in total we'll get 4 terms. X times x is x to power 2. X times minus 1 is minus x. 1 times x is plus x, and 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. The numbers x cancel out, and we will get a result like this.